Okay, welcome everyone to my Let's Play series on a rainy day, Season 3 Skyblock. I believe we're now up to episode 27 after the previous two-part episode. So let's just have a quick look at where we're up to. So if we look at study and we look at Earth and have a look at ores. So redstone is now up to expert, so I can get rid of that. Terracotta is still not quite expert. It's taking its time. I've got some sprites just working on terracotta knowledge, so I might just leave it for now, and they will eventually get it up to expert. So there we go. So instead of just getting rid of it, I might just blank it out. There we go. All right, so we've still got that to go. We've still got sugarcane, wheat, yeah, and these are all the new ones. Now the crimson trees, if we have a look, trying to get these to expert is going to take a while, but yeah, I've got them up to proficient and more than halfway to advanced. Now I'll just quickly, let's see if I can just move these around. If I just quickly come over here, look, this looks like a big rocket, and I can, yeah. So what I've done is I've just made a little, been able to make a little hole in there. So if I turn it on, I do actually need to grab some saplings. So let's go to the shop and grab saplings. You can bone meal an area of nylium to get saplings, but it just takes forever. I think I'd rather just buy the saplings. So yeah, there we go. Okay, and if I yeah, so I move these around. Okay, so what I can do now, where am I? This way. Yep. So that's trying to bone meal. If I actually have a look in, there's plenty of bone meal there. So if I crouch and actually now because I'm Bedrock, I can't put these in my offhand. So I can't offhand and chop. So if I crouch down and place it on the dispenser, it actually places it there. Then I can chop. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can reach 5 up. Place another one. Keep going. So I can do this with a stack. So 64, 5 logs, approximately probably about 4.8, because some of them don't grow that high. 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, that one didn't grow that high. Yeah, so that gets me, so let's say 5. That gets me about 300 knowledge per stack. So have a quick look again at study. That will get me there. If we go back in here, yeah. So I've got 1,000 to go. So that's like 3 or 4 stacks. Problem is then I've got to get to specialize, which is another 5,000, and expert, which is another 10,000. So I need what, 16,000 to get to expert, and if I'm only getting 300, that's 53 stacks. Yeah, so I'll get there. It'll work eventually. Okay. quick change I did over here. So I did finish this off. It's now got the two sides. I put a hopper locker switch here, so that if I put stuff in here and I turn it on, if this is full, like it almost is now, it's not going to overflow. So hopper locker there. I like hopper lockers. I use them quite a bit. If you have a look down here, I have a hopper locker here so that I can lock the hoppers so they don't go into the auto cell. If you have a look over here, I think I've added one here. Yep, so the same again. I've added a auto I've added an auto cell chest here. So I've put a hopper locker switch there, so I can check and see, yep, there's no special cactus. So turn that on and it automatically starts adding. So yeah, so they are just good ways to do that. So if we have a look down here, yeah, I have been ignoring my custom trees. They're all still in here. I've got to spend an hour to come and clear this out. But if we come down to the bottom here, so I changed this out. I don't know whether I did mention this last episode or not. I changed this out from a composter to just storage. And again, I've put a hopper locker switch there, so into a auto chest. So I've been lucky enough to get lots of auto chests recently, so I might as well use them. So if we have a look, I've got yeah, quite a bit of stuff in there. A bit of stuff in there. There's no special stuff by the looks of it. Yeah, I haven't put these on auto cell yet because I do want to expand this, which probably means I'll have to pull all this down anyway, but I do want to expand it. So if I go out to, yeah, so let's have a look. So we're currently at around about 19, and we can go out to, it's 70. There we go, 60, about 60. So I can extend this by around about 40 blocks. It's not even 30 blocks there. So if I do 40 blocks this way, another 40 blocks this way, and so on, that'll make it massive. And I probably won't need to expand it any further than that. So I do want to do that. I would like to do it on camera, but you can just imagine that's going to take a lot of resources. I don't have enough moss to plant them on, although I can create it as I go by just putting filler blocks and then bone mealing moss to convert them. I don't know whether I've got enough dirt, so I might have to just map it out and try it and see. Anyway, so let's have a look at and let's go back to my thinking spot. CloudForge. There we go. So have a look at pass. I have actually been grinding a little bit, so I have got some. So sky dust, money, and more money. Okay. If you actually have a look on my right hand side, I have 1.21 million. I was able to sell a couple of quite a few scales that I had that I don't really use at the moment, and so I think I sold them all. So that's quite good. I have bought some lapis. I'm trying to get something good on my sword. I do actually have Lifesteal 2, and I have a Lifesteal 1 book. So if I get another one, I can bring that up to Lifesteal 3. I would like to get Lifesteal 5 eventually. I'd like to get Hunter 5 eventually. I'd like to get Grinder. By the time I do all that, we'll get into Void and Diamonds will be available, and this will just be thrown out. So I'm going to try. I might just not worry about it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Have a look at missions. So personal missions. So hard hasn't been unlocked yet. There's 627, so nearly two-thirds of the way through. So that's eventually getting there. 300 points in any one attribute. That's something I'm just going to ignore. And if we have a look at our island missions, Earthmaster, yep. Okay, so I have done a couple of them. Gathering place, 25 visitors on your island. So yeah, so I did do that when I had my little free scale thing over there. I eventually got the 25 players. I'm quite proud, I suppose, of the fact that I never actually begged for anybody to come to the island. I just gave people reason to come along, and it worked. So 3 thunder keys. Whether I get anything out of those, I'm not quite sure. Coloured wool. Somebody had some coloured wool on auction house. I bought a stack and just placed it, gathered it, placed it, gathered it, so on until I got the mission. So that's 100,000. 10 spawn blocks. So I've unlocked what is it? Magma cubes. So I got those. So sprite keys, good. So let's see, anything else? So yeah, I've got a little bit of Skydust. I might have a look at that in a moment. I'm going to try the dungeon runs. I've added a couple of enchants to my armor that should hopefully help. But the underworld dungeon runs, they look like they're just going to take a long time. The what was I going to say? The Earth ones, like they start out with what, 15 mobs, then 20 mobs, then 25 mobs, or something like that. So you only go through 40, maybe 50 mobs overall. The underworld runs, I think it starts at 40 mobs or 60 mobs, and you've got 3 floors, not 3 floors, 3 rooms. So yeah, it takes a long time. Master, $1 million in your island vault. I have over $1 million. However, I probably will spend until I get under $1 million fairly quickly. So I want to get a little bit more. And boss damage, nearly there. 100,000 Skydust would be quite nice. So I'll probably do one when there are some big players spawning the dragon. I'll go in and do some damage. I've been doing quite well actually. I've been getting over 1,000. I think we have a look at my yeah. My sword now has lifesteal 2, so I can jump into the dragon when it perches and nearly keep my health above 0 whilst it attacks me, and by attacking it with that lifesteal. If I can get 3, it'll make it a lot easier. Okay, so yeah, so that was that. Now before we go into to have a look and see what keys we got, I've got 7 spins. I might just full forward this because unless I get something special, because it's don't really get much. So let me stop talking and we'll full forward this. All right. Okay, so nothing special out of those. We have 29 Yeah, 29 milestone. So let's go to okay, crates, thunder keys. All right, so what are we going to get here? Money, okay. 35,000, that's not bad. Try again. Nether roots and a weather totem. What did I get? Windy, okay. And soul sand and an armor trim. Alright. And if we head over to the sprites. Money sprite, okay. While we're here, let's have a look at the sky depot. I haven't checked. Concrete, warp stem, reinforced deep slate. Not really all that interested in any of those myself. So yeah, alright, let's go back. Okay. Yeah, so let's see. I think so. So I think that's about it for the catch up. If we have a look at study in Underworld, so yeah, I said yeah, the mobs I've gotten Magma Cube is yeah, so it's heading towards advanced. I just got to wait for it to, or sorry, AFK near it to get it to spawn more. So then you know Zoglin, yeah. So that's not too bad. The ores, I haven't actually been doing too much. Glowstone did get to advanced. So Blackstone is only just started. So I might do a little bit of that. Crops, I haven't checked my pumpkins for a while, so I've got to go and do that. We've already had a look at the wood. I have another look again anyway. Yeah, so I need to get that to advanced. So you know that'll take me a few stacks of saplings, but I want to actually get it to expert anyway. And fishing, I don't know, did I do some fishing? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Okay, all right, so fishing. All right, so there you go. So the only thing really that I want to do now is to, I mean, I do need to decorate these and over here. But yeah, the only thing I really want to do now here up here is, well, down there is expand the farms. That's a bit boring. So I might maybe do a time lapse of it. Whoops. Yeah, so I might just pause the video here and I'll work out what I'm going to do. The only other thing to have a look at, I did get, I was going for the nether roots in the Cloud Clash in between dragons, and I got myself a nether cloth, which I think is the tier 4. Did I just throw that out? What did I just throw out? Or did that just, is that just that? I'd have to check the footage. Anyway, yeah, so I did that. Yeah. So if I have a look at the Clash recipes, now I've got, like I said, I've got the which are they? The worker ones. I don't know whether I want to keep the worker ones though. I'm thinking of trying for the enhanced, I think it is. Yeah, to give, basically let you stick more more scales in. But if we have a look at battle enhanced. So enhanced. Okay. So the fish and the skeletons. So cloth, I've got one of those. Fish again. The wood. More wood, more fish. Yeah, okay. So yeah, a little bit of everything by the looks of it for enhanced. So but I am getting quite a lot of stuff now. So as I as I'm in there, I'll just keep farming and we'll see how I go. Yep, okay. So yeah, let me pause here and we will see where we're at shortly. Hi everyone, just thought I'd just do a quick update on increasing the farm size. Now this area in here for my, let's say for example my sugarcane goes from minus 17 through to, should be plus 17, approximately plus 17, so it's 34, maybe 35 if you count 0, so 35, so it's 35 by 35. Now the issue here is that this is a 32 block multiplace, and then I can go out another 10 blocks or I start hitting, yeah, the border. So this is approximately 42 by 42 square. Let's just say we only want to go out 35 blocks. So let's just say it's a 35 by 35 block square. So no, actually no, let's make it 42 by 42. So 42 over there, 42 over there, 35 in here. So that's, let's say 120. So the issue is that this one square here is bigger than this. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 blocks that are bigger than this one here. That's a lot of resources to do. I worked out, I think it was around about 200, maybe more, 205 stacks of blocks just to do the floor. 205 stacks of blocks. If I want to put moss down, I'd probably find the easiest way would be to put filler blocks down and then convert it to moss. But even then, 205 filler blocks of moss. Maybe not as much because I want to do this as water, but I'd probably be best just to do it all as moss and then out what I don't need. So yeah, it's each level of this is going to need around about 200 stacks of blocks for the floor, 200 stacks of blocks for the of dirt or moss. Like this is going to need at least half of it is going to be dirt and half of it's going to be moss. Yeah, I mean, this is huge. I'm going to have to move this over to probably somewhere over there. So yeah, so while I do want to increase the size of my farms, I'm not quite sure whether I can afford to increase the size of my farms. Let's have a look at andesite multiplace. Okay. Let's have a look at the andesite. Yeah, not much. Some that I can probably mine some down here, some there. Yeah, so I don't have the resources at the moment, so I'm not going to expand it right now. What I might do is just concentrate on not selling the blocks, but actually keeping track of them, putting them somewhere, and then when I do have enough resources, then we'll expand it, and we'll have a really huge farms that should be able to cover us through to void. So yeah, so there we go. That was a quick update of the expanding the farm. I'll catch you after the break. Okay, welcome back everyone. So I have spent a little bit of money, as I suggested that I probably would. If I go in and have a look here, my sword now has Hunter 5, so I was able to buy Hunter 5 for fairly cheap, and I actually have Hunter 4 and Hunter 2 that I'm trying to sell. Did anything else happen in there? I don't think anything else happened with that. I was able to buy, I was trying to get some custom enchants of my own, so I bought some lapis because I was running out. I do have a little bit more now. I've got probably enough for 3 or maybe 5 e-lapis. So yeah, I think what I might do is I'll try selling some scales. So I have I want to keep the dungeoneering and bossing, but I have like woodcutting 14, mining 14, don't really, farming 13, slaying 14. I've got some of those, plus I've also got the 5 ones, so enchanting 5, specialist 5, zoologist 5, and grinder 5. So I might try selling some of those just to get some money, because at the moment I don't need them. I'm only looking for dungeoneering and maybe bossing, if I can get some set pieces. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing. The other thing that was also available, from the Shadow Broker, I was able to get to the Shadow Broker a couple of times. Oops, wrong one. And I bought a couple of special cactus because they're pretty rare, and a couple of special sugarcane because they're pretty rare as well. So that allows me, once I have the ability, I can make some custom books. I also was able to get some redstone dust special just from my own grinding, so I need a couple more for another for a sniffer spawner, which would be interesting to put in. But what I wanted to do now was to actually attempt to do that what am I thinking of, the farm upgrade. Now I don't really need it for pumpkin, so I might just leave pumpkin as it is, just get pumpkin to advanced, and then because this is fairly low, I might scrap this one altogether. What what I do want to do is sugarcane. Now, I don't know whether I definitely won't have enough moss, but I can convert stuff to moss, so I might try that. So if we take a look, go into PV2, no, not PV2, PV3. I figured I'd need maybe 2.5 volts of per layer. So for the floor, I'll need yeah, this amount. Now, I'm just thinking, I don't actually need to do the whole floor though, especially if it's the bottom, if I'm going to get rid of this, because I only need the floor for where the water streams are. And maybe I'll just save a bit of time doing that. So that means that if I go MP3 32, sorry, I go here, come over here, so that's where the water stream is. I just keep doing all of this. Okay, so that used almost one. Oh, that was already there, yeah. That used almost one row. So if we come back over the other side, now I do need to get rid of that. And if I'm leaving a gap, which I am, have a look here. This is at 51. And I can get up to 61. So I'm leaving a 10 gap. That should be enough for that area. So I might have to, I'll leave this bit by itself and I'll tear all this down. So same thing here. If I just do the areas where the water is. And I'll leave that bit. Now let's see. Where's the spot? Okay. All right. So now what we want to do is keep going out here. So all right, so we've got, so basically we do 1, 2 gap, 1, 2 gap, 1 water. So 1, 2 gap, 1 water, 1, 2 gap, water, 1, 2 water, 1, 2, and we keep going. And water stream right at the end. Pardon me. That probably works actually. Okay, so each time I do this, I just have to fill up. Yep. There we go. 1, 2, water. And that's the water stream there as well. All right, so now, all right, I might stop talking and I might just go and continue on doing this, and I'll let it, I might fast forward it and you can watch a time lapse or a quick run of this process, and I'll see you when it's finished. Alright, okay. So that's the base of the water streams done. So now I need to add the rest of the moss. Now, probably I haven't put my yeah, I forgot to. Right, I need to grab some filler blocks. So I think I'll have a look down here. What have I done here? Did I fill these? No, I didn't. Meant to, but I didn't. Alright, okay. What about over here? Alright, okay, so fill these. Okay, let's chuck these in PV. What are we up to? Oh, did I just empty out PV3? Not quite. PV4. Okay. PV5. So PV6 should be right. Yeah, I got some wood in there, that's okay. Alright, so yeah, so let's chuck in some filler blocks. And I'll grab. Ah, I did it again. Need to stick a sign. Oh, look at that. It's ripped off all of those too. Ah, need to stick a sign up on my computer which says, "Don't forget MP." That's so annoying. So annoying. Alright, I will fix all of that up another time. Okay, what was I doing? Okay, so where did you come from? PV6. Alright. Okay, and I'll just grab everything I can from here. Okay, so I double clicked then. Okay. Right, so what I need to do is I need to extend the moss, as I said. So let's start from here. And we go MP32 again, and we put that there, and we also need here, going all the way. That's why I put the end rows here, just to be able to stop it from extending out past. And yeah, right. So just thinking, possibly the easiest way to do this would be simply just to put a whole make the whole thing filler blocks, convert it all to moss, and then chop out the areas that I don't need. Yeah, I won't do that, because chopping out the areas I don't need will mean I can use that moss elsewhere. I don't need to do the conversion. So let's do that. So let's start, and we'll just go across here and see how many we can do. I'm not quite sure where the cobblestone converts to moss. If it does, that'll be a bit annoying, but I can get around that. Okay. Alright, okay, so now we're back into tough. That doesn't really make any difference. So let's put MP32 back on again. Okay, but that's a third done. And I've got a little bit more. Let's keep going. Yeah, let's keep going. Okay, so that went to the edge, that's good. We might as well do the other side rather than keep going on this part. Now, okay. Alright, I'm going to leave that little bit there. And then before I actually start planting everything, I think I might just try and get the pumpkin pumpkin knowledge up to advanced, and then I can just leave it. Not leave it, sorry. Tear it down, and then I can move the storage area. Okay, so there's a few spots missing over here. Just quickly get rid of these. Alright, so yeah, running out of resources. Let's have a look. Did I have any left in P6? I got a few more. I might be able to finish this and leave the last third. Yeah, okay. So I need filler blocks. I need 1, 2, well, let's see, from here it's 32 that way. And 32. That's 16 stacks. Here it's another 16 stacks plus a bit, and here it's another 16 stacks. So 16, 32, 48, let's say 60 stacks, which is 9, 18, 27, 36. Is about a double full. Right. Alright, so let's go have a quick look and see what we've got left in the in here. So I had a little bit left. These. And none left of those. That's not going to quite be enough. Alright, what I might do now is I'll pause this. I'll do some grinding just to get enough stacks, and I'll come back. See you after the break. Okay, welcome back everyone. So I've got myself a let's have a look. So a volt's worth, which is 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, plus a few more. That should be enough. If it's not, like I said, I'm not, I will be cutting down, or rather cutting out a row every 3, so I'll either have I'll either wait till I have those, or plus I've got in I think my PV2 I've got some, yeah, I've got a few stacks there as well of moss. So let's get out of the PV6. Let's just grab all of these. Now what I should really be doing is actually just grabbing all the same sort to start with. So let's grab all the tough. I'll do that for now, and then I'll grab, yeah. Alright, so let's see. Okay. So, alright, let's just finish the rest of this off. Okay. Neo's asking for crop chunk collectors. I mean, if I had chunk collectors, I could not worry about water streams, make it so much easier. But then having a look at this is also 100 and, well, let's say 100 by 100. So that's what, 10, no, say 6 by 6, 36. I need 36 chunk collectors. Yeah, yeah, that's not going to happen. So I find it easier to actually just put everything in a funnel everything into a storage system rather than try and use chunk collectors. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to quite have enough here, I can tell. Maybe. I am going to have enough. There we go. All right. And that there. All right. So that's all done. Yeah. Right, I do still have this area here. I might just do that, and I'll have to empty that or get rid of that later. Okay. Alright, so now I need lots of bone meal. Okay, back down again. And what I will do is I just chop those down, bone meal that. Yep. Okay, so this is going to take a lot of time and bone meal. I might not even have enough. If I just bone meal out towards the corner. Yep, so I will stop talking and I will make this a fast forward, and you can fast forward and watch me convert all of this to moss. All right, okay, so I'm back. I've just converted everything to moss. So I will, let's see, let's go back down to under here. I'll get rid of all of this extra stuff I don't need. Okay, I might need those. I might need those. Okay. Alright, so now what I need to do is get rid of all of the stuff on top. All of the, I think of, yeah, all of the moss stuff that was done. Now, so, yeah, so I just grab a water bucket. What I will need to do though is, I do. No, that should be fine. All right. So come back down again. I'm probably actually going to need a little bit. There. All right. Actually, sorry. Yep. Let me just head back down here. To do this, the easiest thing to do is to make sure that you've got a you've got a border, because otherwise the water will try to flow to the nearest fall, the nearest drop, and probably not going to be enough. And if you haven't got a border, it will it won't flow properly. So Let me just grab a little bit more wood just for the border and fly back down again. And I mean, the border can be kept. Sure, I don't actually have MP on, that's fine. Okay. All right, and last one. Okay. Now I'll need to just join those up. All right. So 32, 32. Keep going. Yeah, definitely probably need some more. Keep going. Right. I think I'm going to be just right or a fraction short, one of the two. Oh, look at that, just right. Okay, all right. Yeah, so if you don't have that border, if I try it and put water here, it will just flow straight there without spreading. But now what I want to do is spread. Can't use multiplace. All right, and you can see that spreads in each direction. And now all I need to do is just, I've got to get the spacing right so that it gets everything. But yeah, so I might just do this and I will come back to you when I am done. All right, I think that's finally done. So, I mean, if I had have had a big moss farm and just kept on going and doing moss farm over and over, I would have had to have done exactly the same thing. So this has taken a lot of time, but it's easier to do it in place rather than try and transport all the moss. So just trying to see if there's anything that I've missed, and just I'll just quickly just do that. Okay, there's a whole heap of stuff on the ground, but I'm not really too fussed about that. It's just going to go into compost anyway, and I've got the skeletons to get lots of bone meal. So just grab the spots I missed. Alright, so now what we need to do is, now what we need to do is we need to just move my head then when I nearly hit that that roof. So now what we need to do is take out the gaps, fill them with water except for where it's flowing, and then I'll put more in. Now I do have some ice. I did get some blue ice from a shop. However, I don't think I'm going to have enough. If we have a look here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 9 for that area, plus whatever's going that way, but that's okay. So 9. So I'm going to need 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72. Okay, I might have enough. That's fine. Okay, that's good. All right. So next is to, just take out the moss. And like I said, that's fine because that just gives me more moss, and more moss. I can use that in the next farm. So let me just get rid of all of these. Don't need these. Don't need that for now. And I will need my shovel. I might need to repair the shovel. Where did you come from? Actually, hang on, it's not the moss, it's not the shovel, it's the hoe that does it better, isn't it? Yes. Where my hoe? Pretty sure it's the hoe. Alright. So let me get started on it, and again, I'll do a fast forward so that you're not watching 20 minutes of boring stuff, and we'll see how we go. So I might just leave that block there for now, and we will just go. Yep, okay. So I will do this, and I will get back to you if I don't do that. Yeah, and I'll get back to you once this is all finished. Okay, everyone, back again. So yeah, I have completed taking out all of those trenches. I do need to do this little bit here. I do need to fill them with water. I'll do that off camera because that just takes a long time. And I think what I'll also do is I'll pull all this out and wait until I have everything set up, and then I'll set something up over there. So yeah, which means if I pull that out, then okay, well I don't have that farm set up, so the only other thing is this, which I'll chop down. I'll probably just pick up all of the items anyway, and then the one down below, again, I might. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, but yeah, so there we are. I've done all that. So yeah, so this is going to be, this is increasing it by 8-fold, which is quite a lot. So hopefully it will get me some good knowledge and some specials. So yeah, so I'll do some more stuff off camera and I'll come back when we're just about done. Hey everyone, welcome back. I've pretty much finished the farm. I did do a lot of work off camera. Basically it was just going to take too long to keep recording. So I finished off all of the water streams. I have actually built these little things here to try and prevent dead spots. I figured in a place this big, having over 100 dead spots would not work very well. So basically what happens here is instead of having a normal sign just preventing the water from going backwards and ice for the items to flow over, we still have the ice there. We have a slab on the top, so the items still slide underneath the slab and keep going. But on top here, if I drop an item from here, it will go, it'll fall into that water and flow down and keep going. So if I drop it here, it goes underneath. If I drop it here, it goes over the top, and if I drop it here, it keeps going. And so I've got one of those on every ice, so that it hopefully will not have any dead spots. So all I have to do now is to plant the sugarcane. I thought I would just do a quick yeah, I thought I'd just do a quick maybe a fast forward of this once I get the I'll plant all these individual ones and then I might do a multi-place. Multi-place might not even take that long, so I might not full forward it. We'll just see how we go. Okay. And there we go. Alright, so now if I just go find my multi-place 2, yeah, that will help. Multi-place 32, there we go. Alright. Yep, so these are multi-placing fine. Don't want to hit steel. I also don't want to the top of the sugarcane because then they'll grow upwards. Okay, so that's one row. I don't think I'm going to have enough for the whole farm, but that's okay. I can do it so that I keep the sugar cane, I cut down in the next crop and then plant it again. So let's just see how we're going. Okay. All right. Yeah. So what's going on here? The water's there. It's not going to plant because the water isn't actually. We had this issue anyway, where the water is the ice was there, so you weren't getting hydration. So I just go like that and then like that. Yeah, okay. Alright, so this is going to take a bit of time to finish this bit. I might just fall forward from here onwards, although, like I said, I don't have enough sugarcane. I've got a little bit left in one of my private vaults, personal vaults. And let's see, can I finish this row off, or do I not quite have it? Ah, that's right there as well, yeah. Again, I've got that blocked off so that I don't lose anything, but again, yeah, so that's not going to, yeah. So we've got all these areas where the sugarcane can be planted, but we don't have any dead spots themselves. Right. Okay, so let's go back into PB9. I've got a few more. I might as well just quickly finish these, and then I'll just show you what's happening underneath the farm. I might just let it grow a little bit, and then we can yeah, and then we might be able to do a quick not a quick, a harvest and see how many we get. I did have to end up getting some more of the cobblestone. I had to basically do some mining. Now, I'm just trying to think, what else did I need to do? I think I was all fine in moss, cobblestone. I needed a little bit more. Yeah, I had all the iron. It was just a matter of just doing things in a certain way so that it was more like a production line, so that I could keep on. Placing the water was took quite a while. In fact, I didn't actually use water. I used ice. I managed to grab a source of ice and got around about 20 stacks of it, and I just had to place them all, break them, and they would and it would create water sources. I only placed one every two spots along here, but that took quite a while. So yeah, that really took the most time, was actually placing the water. Let's see. All right, so nearly there it is left. I do have some left. Okay. I hadn't planned on doing those anti-dead spots that you can see there, but I tried one out. It worked, so I did the rest. That took about another half an hour of work to get those installed. The iron didn't take long at all, just a matter of crafting them. Yeah, that's about it. So, right, come on. That's right, there's this one. Okay, so I've got to quickly see if I can finish these. So we're definitely not going to have enough, but got possibly a little bit over a third to a half. So with the next crop, I should have plenty more. Now I did take down the storage to completely. I have not set it up yet. Gotta work out the best way to do it. I do have this, like you can see, I do have this set up to use the water elevators, not water elevators, water streams. That, oh, nearly lost it. Yeah, so these go into, so these will go into holes down here. I'll work out which way I want the water stream to go, whether I want it to go in the middle or not quite sure. And then I'll have a let's just do this the easy way. Then I'll have the water streams go into a storage area. Because I'm a little higher than I was, I do have I can make a bit of a storage area. As to whether or not it'll be enough, I'm not sure. But yeah, so that's all. So yeah, possibly around about half. I'm not going to buy them, I'm just going to grow them. Sugarcane doesn't need light as far as I know. So the wheat, again, the wheat I do want to extend out, but that's a lot of dirt. I don't have that much dirt. So yeah, I might just do some custom trees, get more dirt and see how that goes. Wheat, so wheat therefore might have to wait a while till it gets any further. So yeah, so here are these wooden ones. They're the holes for the water stream. So down here, as I said, I have I think it was over this way. Yeah, so I've chopped down the I've cut down the water elevator. So this bit here, it still goes into a spot here. I'll just do this a few more times until I get pumpkin completed. Grab the pumpkins from there, and then I'll once it's up to advanced, I'll probably just get rid of this completely, because I don't need this type of I don't need that type of crop anymore. So melons and pumpkins are the only ones that use that style. So pitcher plants, glowberries are hanging, pitcher plants, torch flower, beetroot's just normal. Yeah, so I'll probably just get rid of this. I won't put another one underneath because there's not enough room. So yeah, so there we go. Ooh, yep, I've gone back up the top. So that's my expanded farm. You can already see that how big it is compared to the area underneath. So yeah, I'll just have to let that grow. I'll see if I can make a nice screenshot of the whole area. Might come over this side where there's yeah, something like that. I don't know. Yep, we'll see. Maybe something like that. I might wait for it to grow a little bit and then replant the rest of it before I take a screenshot. Okay, I'm waffling on. So there we go. Thanks for watching. I think I might leave it at that. Actually, what I will do quickly before, I mean, this is probably going to be a very long video, but at this stage it doesn't really matter. Let's go into pass and see what we've got. So claimed. So 8 gold blocks, 16 gold blocks, 10,000 XP, 15,000 XP, and yeah, so I'm up to the Thunder Keys. Okay, so that's not too bad. Of so what's that, 8? So yeah, and we start getting the cloud coins fairly soon. Boat. Yeah, I've got 1, which I think is the vote vote site number 2 or vote link 2. My loot box available. It is. Alright, come on, give me something good. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's only a thunder key. Oh well. Better than nothing. And yeah, that's good as well. Thunder key. Alright. Crates, quickly. Oh, crates. Hello, Neil. Oh, did I just get a tornado key? I did too, and I got one in the Cloud Clash dried lionfish. Okay. Yeah. Opening 10 thunder crates, I get a tornado key. That's nice. All right, try the tornado keys then. Okay, so mortal, spawner, and armor trim. Crimson Slat, more mortals, and 50,000. Okay, that's nice. What did I get from the Fish Finder 3? I think I've already got Fish Finder on my fishing rod. Ruination, Durable 1, Tiller. I think I've only got Tiller 1, so that will be handy. Gold hardening, I'm not interested. Yeah, I'm not going to do gold this season. I'm just going to leave it. And Ruination again, don't really want. But some Cloud Clash items are helpful. So yeah, that was good. I got 1 key and I ended up transferring that into more keys and got some good stuff. So yeah. All right. Okay. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. It was a little bit long, I think. And it's only expanding. It wasn't building a new one. But hey, it had to be done, and I'll probably have to do it for some of the other farms as well. But yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.